Career changes are tough. You should see the plans Steve Steger and I are making in case next goes belly up. But for inspiration, we found a guy who made a change when most people are thinking retirement.
Then we moved to another machine.
Routines pay off.
Every day.
Jack Barton will tell you.
Except Saturday.
His time spent here has kept him out of a stereotype.
I'll tell you something. It keeps you younger.
You probably don't know many other 92-year-olds who spend almost every morning at the gym.
Well, it also keeps me in trim condition that I can get up on the stage.
Then again, you probably don't know another 92-year-old with this kind of routine.
I would like to bring up to the stage a gentleman that is 92 and a half years old. He is my father. I'd like to bring to the stage right now, Jack Barton.
Comedy. It's not a lifelong career for Jack.
Can you hear me?
He already had his lifelong career as a furniture man. He owned Casey's Fine Furniture, then sold it and retired. And in retirement came the next challenge, one night a few years ago.
It was dark and rainy, and I tripped. And in January and February, I had 2 surgeries for hematoma. And I got over that.
Getting over 2 brain surgeries wasn't as easy as Jack makes it out to be. Just ask his daughter.
I mean, he was not a nice person. I mean, he was very worried about, he would repeat himself.
Terry Barton Gregg knew her dad needed something.
And I finally looked at him one day, I said, "What is your problem? What do you want to do?" And he goes, "I want to be a stand-up comedian."
Terry is a stand-up too.
My name is Terry Barton Gregg, and I am the Hebrew hairdresser.
So the rest was natural.
I was native here, but when I was born, it was not called Denver, it was called Kansas Territory.
Jack's not quite year-old act is getting a lot of laughs.
You know, this is a great audience.
And rave reviews from some of the toughest critics.
It's this guy. It's full-time.
Other comedians.
Full throttle.
I've gone right after him. I'm like, what do you say after this guy talk like this?
Like, you expect, like, super, like, 92-year-old dude jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, total Henny Youngman. Oh, take my wife, please. But he has some great, like, real experiences.
I look at Jack and I think, there might be a future. And if I can make it to 92, I don't know what kind of juice he's putting in his ninja,
But perhaps the best compliment comes from his manager.
Give yourselves a big round of applause.
Who once saw him at his worst.
And he worked extremely hard to be able to be who he was before. And so instead of becoming who he was before, he went one up and he did better.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great night, and this is my closing.
With photojournalist Dan Herbst, I'm Steve Steger.
If you want to catch Jack at the mic, he and his daughter Terry are on stage again September 23rd, noon in Sports Bar near 225 in Iliff.